In honor of this momentous anniversary, I hope that all countries who find inspiration in our example will join us in renewing our commitment, values, and those values, really, that we hold so dear. Together, let us defend free speech and free expression. Let us protect religious liberty, including for the most persecuted religion on the planet today. It's called Christianity. And let us safeguard our sovereignty and cherish qualities that have made each of our nations so special, incredible, and extraordinary.
Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyimla Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakwadash. In double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth. And just want to say for water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments. Love Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Awaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And you can see, man, goddamn Trump, he's pulling that Christian card, and mainly when he says Christian, because he's just over there in Israel, fronting for the little HAT people, the small HAT people, you know. He was just over there, talking about how they're the biblical people from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Like this dude. Like, no, you and them are from Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. But this is the article in the Independent Politics. It says a third of Americans believe Trump's rise to power is a part of God's plan, as he leans further into mega evangelicalism. So yeah, it is a part of the Lord's plan, because the Lord he raises up men and breaks them down. He sets up nations and breaks them down. Matter of fact, let's grab a couple of scriptures real quick. And Esau got to pay for all the shit that they've done. Matter of fact, I had this. This is Exodus chapter 21 and verse 16. I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, kidnappers must be put to death, whether they are caught in possession of their victims or have already sold them as slaves. Now, what did America do when they came, with the Christianity shit? Didn't they kidnap us? Didn't they sell us? These are things that they're going to have to pay for. And also, I had this one too. That Numbers 35 and 33, it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So, you polluted. This land is totally polluted. This land is super duper polluted. This is the most polluted continent on the planet, man. From the the blood of the saints, man. The Israelites that you murdered and kidnapped and killed and raped and robbed and pillaged and stolen from, and then you running around out here with your white Jesus trying to act as if you're a fucking Christian, bro. No, the Christians are real, really Christ-like. You people are not Christ-like, But you push this image throughout the world that there's some white guy that's coming back to save everyone, and his name is Jesus. Now, there's no letter J in Hebrew. That letter J was invented in 1524 by a grammarian named Giorgio Trissino. So the letter is only 500 years old. So 2,000 years ago, there was no letter J. When nobody was calling on no damn Jesus. Matter of fact, there's no letter J, E, O, U, or V in the Hebrew alphabet. And the Lord was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Yahweh, which the world ignorantly calls Judah. And those people over there that's claiming to be the JEWs, that's just one son that comes from the 12 tribes of Israel. He's the fourth son of Jacob, which his name was changed to Israel, or Yasha'Allah in the Hebrew tongue, which means princes of the power. Right? So these people, the people over there, they're Edomites. Trump, he's a damn Edomite. So he's over here in the Americas. He got to control the Christian part of things, because those small little HATs over there, the 1948ers that's over there in the land, that's they can't survive without these doofy ass Christians here in America. It's impossible, because you got a lot of these Christians here in America. So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Chinese, Japanese, you name it. It's a bunch of people that really believe that, you know what I'm saying, there's a white man that's coming back to save everybody, and that those people over there in the land, they're associated with him. That's where all the money come from. How do you think they've been able to slip off in here and lobby the way that they have, man? Why do you think they're getting billions and billions of dollars a year, you know what I'm saying, from you Americans, getting free health care, getting free college, getting free every damn thing off of your ass because they fooled you through their media that they are the holy people and you fell for it. So Trump, he's got to do his part on the American side of things. Because you were just in Israel talking, you know, the Uish people. So why didn't you say that the most, you know, discriminated against religion, so to speak, is Judaism? Because them people over there don't believe in no damn your American Christianity. They don't want nothing to do with this shit. They don't believe in your white Jesus. It's all a setup, man. Matter of fact, let's get 2 Corinthians 2:11. See, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. And then you got Jake surrounding this guy, praying for him. So-called black people, man, just doofy as hell. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of his schemes, man. We're not ignorant of his wordplay. You know, his words are smoother than butter, but in his heart there's war. Roughly paraphrasing. We're not ignorant of how this man gets down. You're not fooling us over here, man. See, we understand what the scripture says. When the Lord told us to never trust thine enemy, we believe what the Lord told us. We're going to listen to the Lord. We're going to be obedient to the Lord by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, to not trust your ass. Though he humble himself and go crouching. See, that this is that an example of him humbling, you know, that this man humbling and crouching, man. Coming before you like he cares. Oh, you Christians. I love you Christians. It's Christians of all different kinds of sects that will look at this guy and be like, you know what? He's right. When you think this guy talking about you so-called black, you take your nigga ass into one of them churches and see how quick they get to turning around and looking at your ass and escorting you out of the building. Them so-called white Christians don't want nothing to do with your ass. Anyway. Because here's this famous picture right here. Remember this picture right here? Remember this? I know y'all remember this. Look at this. Niggas. Niggas, bro. With that demon Paula White right there. Look, niggas. I think this one chick, I think she was the one that passed away. I don't know though, or the sister, one of them. Anyway, but you can see, look, you niggas, man. What you praying for this guy for? Wait, and then you praying in the name of sweet white baby Jesus. Y'all just there, you know, just in a demonic fucking circle right there, man. Let me get this one real quick. That's crazy, bro. And it's not surprising. Let's get Psalms 50 and 16. It says, but unto the wicked, which the scripture says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This man right here is single-handedly running the earth. You know, through his you know, of course, his handlers. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing everything on his own, but you know, he's the face of the earth right now. And the scripture says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where, who is he? These people are in control of everything that's going on in the planet. These so-called white people, these Edomites. We're going to call them who they are. These are Edomites. These are not white people. They don't look like a glass of milk. They don't look like clouds. They don't look like snow. They don't look like the white crayon in the box. Which I never understood that white crayon, because when you was ever trying to color with it, it didn't show up like that. you had to really scribble hard as hell to get that white crayon to show up on a coloring book, man. You know? But this guy, these are Edomites. They're pinkish to reddish in color, man. And we got to call them out, because that's a part of the work. That man of sin, the son of perdition being revealed in these last days. That's them, man. Esau, the Edomite race. It says, but unto the wicked, Psalms 15 and 16 again, but unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instructions and castest my words behind thee. These people don't, you know, they don't keep what the scripture says. Now, he was just over there. Brother's been doing videos all throughout the day. I've seen maybe 4 or 5 videos pop up as of yet. I watched a few. of him talking about there won't be no World War III, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be peace, this, and this. Like, nigga, if you was a real Christian and you knew the scriptures, you would know about this scripture right here. Let's get it. You would know that there's gonna definitely be a World War III. And you would know that America's gonna be destroyed and demolished when that time comes. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That third world's war. And if he was such a Bible scholar, or if he was such a Christian, you know, he would know about that stablecoin shit and all that digital shit that he's dealing with. All those executive orders that he's putting in place to bring in that digital platform. That market of Beauty and the Beast. Like, you are a part of the Lord's plan. You know? Well, let's see here. Jake, though, man. Just, boy, I tell you. What you Jake gonna learn, man. Y'all gonna learn and y'all gonna see soon. Okay, but it says, President Donald Trump's second term has been peppered with more Christian rhetoric and policies. A strategy he's seemingly taken to strengthen and expand his loyal base of evangelicals. Yeah, because he understands, you need these doofies. You know, a lot of them are his donors. You know, a lot of these Christians, they gave a lot of money, man, or at least those so-called, white so-called billionaires / millionaires and whoever else. They gave a lot of donor money. They gave a lot of money to Trump's campaign, man. But they understand they have to have these doofy ass Christians, man, to make their plan or to just go unscathed, so to speak, to go under the radar. They need these people for that, man. Okay? But it says that appears to be working, with up to 1/3 of Americans believing his election was ordained by God. 2 polls suggest, it was ordained. I wanted to get that too. Let's just get first off, let's grab 2 scriptures. Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So the Lord set this guy up. But let's get this one in Daniel. Because the Lord, he sets up kingdoms and he breaks them down. Same way he set America up, he's going to break this shit down. He's doing it right now. Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. This showing you right here that the scriptures is real, because Trump is one of the most base motherfuckers I've ever seen. This dude is doofy as hell. The shit he be saying, and you know what? You know the Lord really set this guy up, because if you pay attention when he's doing these speeches, when he's talking, and when they pan the camera and you look at the crowd, they be looking at this dude like, this motherfucker crazy. This dude, he's a 3-year-old. This is how they look at him, but they can't say anything. Why? Because the Lord has actually set this man up in power. And see, when shit really hits the fans, it's going to be all too late. I work with an Edomite. I was just kicking it with him earlier and shit. Had to work with him today because his little partner is off. Some doofy ass Sheetamite chick. But anyway, he's an older MAGA. You know, he's like, I think he's like 70 or so, because he had to come out of retirement because the economy was so bad. You know, now mind you, he had all kinds of money put away for his grandkids to go to college and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? He had to go through that money. The economy hit his ass. So now he's back at work, working a damn job with a nigga. You know, blew through those a million, 2 million, whatever amount of, he still got his crib and shit, but but anyway, he was mentioning some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because we listening to the radio, because I be listening to the little regular talk radio, talk news. It's not nothing major, just your regular little kind of like your weather, they get into a couple of subjects, you know what I'm saying, to say a few things. And he was mentioning some stuff, that we was listening to, and we got to talking about, good old America. And because he was asking me, he was like, is the government shutdown still going on? Like, motherfucker, the government shutdown still going on. But he was real happy when Trump first came in. But I've noticed that, the past couple of times we've worked together and we be talking, he's doubting things. As a matter of fact, he's not with that Israeli shit. He's like, last time I kicked it with him, he's like, yeah, I really gotta say, I really think Israel is running America. Oh, you think? You think they're running America? He went to naming off a few things. I'm like, I ain't want to go too far into it with him. I just kind of was like, yeah, well, hey, You know, it's only so much you can say to these Edomites, you know what I'm saying? But he be trying to pick my brain and shit, but it's only so much I'll say to him. You know, I just kind of be snickering and laughing because he know, he do know, I believe he know that I'm neutral, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have nothing to do with your Republican, Democrat, your progressive, your liberal. I don't vote. I'm not into any of that shit. He already know. Because yesterday he was mentioning, yeah, you got Columbus Day and Indigenous Day tomorrow. I'm like, man, look, I thought it was all together. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm not celebrating any of that shit. You just kind of looking at me like, but anyway, but I can see it in his face, and I can see even throughout the building, I can just see those Edomites, man. They're not as prideful as they was when Trump first came in, because they starting to see this dude is a fuck up, man. And he done jerked them around. He done y'all drunk that Kool-Aid, and it's not working out well. Your economy is down, you know. You sending all this money to all these different countries. The fucking groceries is through the roof. Then all this motherfucker got to tell you is the drugs are going to be going down soon. Okay, where the drugs going to be going, you're going to have a whole bunch of more high-ass white people on the streets. So they can get cheaper drugs or do a mix or a cocktail and be out here leaning over like a damn zombie. You know, that's the best you got. Because people can't afford rent. These people can't afford food. They can't afford daycare. They can't afford a car note. They can't afford, you know, people out here, you know, shit, motherfuckers not even, the meat eaters done turn into vegetarians because they can't afford. I was just in Walmart earlier speaking on that. And there was an older so-called white lady. She appeared to be, oh no, you know, I'm just going by, you know, kind of the look, which is not a look because, you know, it's a DNA thing. If your seed, because the father carries the seed. And she could have been an Israelite. And because she was looking at, we was both in the beef section, and she said some funny shit. Though I couldn't do nothing but laugh and shit. She was like, God damn, I'd rather had a cow in my backyard. Waking up to the moon. She's like, look, these fucking prices. And she picked up this steak. It was a tomahawk. You know them tomahawks. Some bitches thick as shit. You know, I've never had one. You know, I'm not that big on. You know, I eat steak, but you know, but that motherfucker was super duper. But that bitch was like, it was just one side. I mean, just it was a thick steak though, but man, it was just one steak in the pack, man. That motherfucker was like $50, and she matter of fact, she strolled through there, and she never did picture. You know, she looked. She was like, because she was telling me she was tired of eating chicken and fish. She wanted to, she wanted to get her a little taste of some beef. Which, you know what I'm saying? She probably would have ate that bitch raw if she wasn't Edomite. She would have seared that bitch on one side, seared it on the other side, you know what I'm saying? And blood gushing. But nah, she eased on, man. She couldn't afford that shit. She could not. She was like, nah, I can't do it. And she eased right on along with her buggy. But, you know, it's people out here, man, they struggling, man. And here you go, you know, they got money for every goddamn thing except for the people that they're taking taxes from. It's crazy, man. But Esau, he's that cruel Lord, man. Let me get that real quick. And talking about peace. Yeah, you can talk all that peace shit you want. Ain't gonna be no peace in the Middle East. The Lord about to get down, man. I'm gonna just jump to the point. Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And we believe that Trump, man, is that cruel Lord. You know, he's that cruel Lord with the smile on his face, that doofy ass smile. Like you can just see all through that shit. You know. But anyway, yeah, you got people. Let me get one more. You got people that believe that this guy, yeah, he was sent by the Lord. It's just not the way that you think. That's the thing. Yeah, he was sent. We believe that too. We said that. We know he was sent because we know that no man can be set up over a kingdom without the Lord. The Lord is in control of where everyone is, man. A McDonald's manager can't get the damn job unless the Lord wants them to have it. Not a sparrow can fall to the ground without the Lord sanctioning it. But this is Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. And it's Jake in this picture right here. Look at Jake. Going hard envying the oppressor. Praying all in the name of a damn idol, man. Just witchcraft at its finest. Okay, but we'll get a little bit more, and I'm going to end out point pretty much made there. Okay, so they got the polls. Recent polls by Public Religion Research Institute. 5,772 adults in all 50 states found that a quarter believe, and you know this just they be small numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? They give you they make phone calls and try and see if you'll stay on the phone long enough to do a damn survey. And mainly these be these older Edomites. You know, they'll answer the phone. Hello? They're like, yes, ma'am. You know, we're calling from such and such, and we'd like to do a survey real quick. Do you have the time? It's on President Trump. You know, that bullshit, you know, because, you know. But these are the numbers they're giving. It says, it found that quarter believe that God ordained Trump to be the winner of the 2024 election. Yeah, we know that. With 60% of white evangelicals, Protestants, holding that view. Yeah, see, them Edomites, they believe in Trump. And 45% of Hispanics, Protestants. Yeah, but guess what? He's sending ICE to these churches to round your ass up. This guy come right off into the church while the sermon is going, man, and fucking have your damn kids handcuffed and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But you're a Christian. But I'm a Christian. I voted for you. They don't give a fuck. Those identified as Christian nationalism adherents, and they doing that Charlie Kirk bullshit today too. His birthday is today. He's supposedly 32 years old. They doing the Medal of Freedom. Like freedom for who? Who he freed? Who y'all freeing? Cause you rounding up Jake on the streets with ICE. Who you freeing? Who did he make free? You know? They literally White House. They got the White House decked out right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to give this. Well, they probably done already done it. Now I just came out here to do this lesson, and I was watching it. I had to turn from that shit. Just a bunch of fucking Edomites, man. Really believe in Christian nationalism and don't know the scriptures. They have no idea, man, that the Lord is about to destroy this place for what they've done. Crazy, bro. So, but it says, based on participants' responses to questions linking Christianity with what it means to be an American. See? Well, what it means to be an American is you stealing land. You killing the so-called Native American Indians off to the point of them not even being on the damn planet. If it wasn't for the Lord, the Lord left a remnant, man. You motherfuckers would have killed off every single one of them. The tribe of Gad, man. Then you come and the scripture says stealing a man. You come and kidnap us, bring us over here, work the shit out of us, then tell us that we ain't had no, 3/5 of a man, we don't have no part. Then you go into these museums as of late and you trying to take down your history that you were so fucking proud of. These people are hypocrites, man, and the Lord gonna deal with them. That shameful spewing is really on Esau, man. Let me get that real quick. That's really what's going on. They trying to do a little clean up on aisle 3. Clean up on aisle 3. Because it's not looking good for Esau right now. People starting to see him as being a man. Habakkuk 2:16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, foreskin be uncovered. And this is coming to you, Edomites, man. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Yeah, man. Yeah, you reaping what you sown. What y'all say, what goes up must come down. What goes around must come around. Whatever that shit y'all be saying. Can you call it karma? Well, that's coming to a theater near you, man. The Lord is about to get down on y'all asses. Okay, what else they got in here, man? I'm going to end out here in a sec. Okay, it says, based on participants' responses to questions linking Christianity with what it means to be an American, backed Trump by a large majority, 80%. These are these Edomites that believe in white Jesus. Nearly the same percentage of people who said they believe in QAnon conspiracy. 81% said they voted for Trump. Yep. Conversely, a majority of black Protestants, here you go. And you're not even black. You're different shades of brown. You let these people call you fucking black people. 83%, that's a large percentage, right? That's the largest percentage. 72% of unaffiliated voters, 67% from non-Christian religions, and 62% of Jews all back Kamala Harris. Okay, all right. There you go. Look at all these people. Oh, different, and they had all these different religions, different priests and motherfucking voodoo doctors and all kinds of motherfuckers circling this guy. You know, he matter of fact, he was in Israel talking about that today. Talking about you know, all these different religions and different ways of life, and you know how special it, motherfucker. No, if you supposedly be a Christian, you supposed to be about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and that's that, and everything else, motherfucker, get the boot. You know, if these were real so-called Christians, man, they wouldn't even be dealing with a lot of these other nations like how they be dealing with them, man. You making deals with the devil. You making deals with a heathen. You know, you making, you know, here you go. You got Muslim mosque. Matter of fact, it's where is that at? Not too far away from here from me. It's a lot of you know, that's a whole you know, it's Palestinians, a bunch of Yemen, a bunch of motherfuckers right up the street. They, you know, they got their whole little town basically. And here you go. You got so-called white people complaining about the fucking the mosque horn or whatever that shit they be blowing. That should be loud as hell, you know what I'm saying? And you know, to call the people to prayer. Here you go. This is America, supposedly be a Christian country, but you got to wake up to that shit. Crazy, bro. This place is doomed, man. It is through. So there was a split among Roman Catholic voters. Look at all these different sects, man. 59% of white Catholics backed Trump, while 55% of Hispanic Catholics went for Harris. So see, you that Northern Kingdom, they hardcore into Catholicism, man. Hardcore. And that's why the Lord is judging our people, man, because you into these fucking idols, man. The Lord said he'll have no other God before him. It says that survey of a nationally representative sample of 8,937 Americans from across the U.S. found that overall 4% believe God chose Trump because he believes in his policies, while another 32% think Trump's election is part of God's plan. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, for sure. He's going to be a part of the teardown of this place. Although God may not necessarily agree with his program. No, hey, look, the Lord, he deals with the left-hand side and he deals with the right-hand side, man. He's dealing with Trump. As a matter of fact, let's get this one. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and your heart is going into your mind. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is dealing with Trump. He's dealing with Putin. He's dealing with Kim Jong-un. He's dealing with J.D. Vance. He's dealing with fucking you name it. Whoever's in charge in these positions that they're in, he's dealing with them, man. So you know, hey. Trump is perfect, man, for the downfall of this place. It says nearly half, 49%, said God doesn't get involved in elections. Oh yeah, dude, the Lord is involved with everything that's going on the planet. While 14% said they don't believe in God. Yeah, of course. See, but these are Christians, man, that don't know the scriptures. Now, why would the Lord not be involved in the elections when he's all knowing and nothing can, a damn sparrow can't fall to the ground without his acknowledgement or him knowing or him sanctioning it? Then that's these Christians. The Lord is over everything. He's over everything, man. He's the Father of spirits. Matter of fact, let's get this one real quick. In Job 33, let's start at 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. See? That he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. So the Lord, he's dealing with every single person on this planet, man. When they ask fall asleep, you fall into that deep sleep, that sleep where you slobbing, you know, that sleep where it take that like 3-4 shakes, real hard shakes to get your ass up. Yeah, the Lord, he's programming you for your day, man. He's programming you for your day. So these Christians, they don't know what the fuck they be talking about anyway, because they're in the white Jesus, and the spirit is not dealing with them. Okay, but anyway, I don't want to go no further into it. You go into the comments, these people, man, they, but Trump, this guy don't know nothing about no fucking Bible. This guy don't follow nothing scriptural, man. Get the hell out of here. He's signing all those damn executive orders, you know what I'm saying, and not one of them is benefiting anything as far as coming from the scriptures, man. Other than him saying, there will just be male and female gender identities in this country. But guess what? You signing all kinds of executive orders. Why didn't you get rid of Pride Month? You didn't get rid of Pride Month. You dealing with Israel over there, and they got a whole parade floating and popping over there with the nasties running around. Why aren't you telling Benjamin Netanyahu, hey, look, y'all the people, y'all the holy people, what are you doing with these fruit cakes running around over here in the land? He didn't sign no executive order saying that if we catch your ass, we gonna throw your ass in one of those alligator Alcatraz islands and ship your ass to an island somewhere, or or do what the scriptures really says. He's not gonna do any of that, but he fronted. He done the male and female thing, and kind of fussed about these dudes beating up on these white chicks and shit, and these volleyball and swim basketball, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? These white boys claiming to be women and breaking all these fucking records. He did say something about that. But why didn't you just go ahead and sign an executive order like, nope, there's not gonna be a motherfucking Pride Month. We catch your ass out here with that shit, we gonna send ICE for your ass. But you running down Jake, you running down Israelites and shit at Home Depot. You running down Israelites at schools. You running down Israelites, while they're in the supermarket. You running down on Israelites, you know what I'm saying, just out here spending money and paying taxes, you know what I'm saying, and as if they're the wicked. So you Edomites, man, you got a lot to pay for because, you're very hypocritical, man. Very hypocritical. Talking about your fucking Christians. Get the hell out of here. Been at fucking war, stealing fucking people's lands for the past 300 years. Damn near. Get the hell out of here, man. You don't keep the land Sabbath. You destroyed the fucking earth. Constantly somewhere testing a goddamn missile, a bomb. Here you go. You out here genetically modifying the food. Now you want to genetically modify the people. You trying to put chips and shit in people. You out here, dealing all wickedly with pregnancies and shit, trying to come up with your own fucking species. Fucking babies with 3 parents, all kinds of weird ass shit. You some fucking weirdos, man. You have nothing to do with the scriptures other than your ass is going directly into slavery, man. Like, for real, it's like really, I mean, these people are just out of control. That's how you know we in the end. How much longer can some shit last with these people running shit, man? Then you got all these people complaining, about life and living, how they can't afford anything, their health is bad. This is the most unhealthiest place on the fucking planet, bro. Then you got JFK, he's stuttering, looking like his ass about to fall over, talking about we got rid of the red dye in the Fruit Loops. Get the fuck out of here. Like these. And then we made drugs cheaper. I seen this clown, he like 600%, some 800%, 1200%. So basically you're gonna be able to go ahead and put you a concoction together and get as high as you want to get. Drugs. He literally used the words drugs. He didn't say medicine. He never say medicine. He always saying drugs. Or drugs? Like, you sound like a damn dope dealer, nigga. Drugs. We're making drugs cheaper. We're subsidizing all the other countries' drugs. Like, yeah, because you're wicked as hell. Why don't you quit messing with the food? The food is the medicine. Now let you know how wicked these people are. Here you go. You got natural remedies, natural ways of healing through the food, and this guy done genetically modified the shit. Incredible, bro. Science, like this month. Here you go. You got scientists in labs creating artificial flavors and smells, man. Anyway, it is what it is. These are the days and times we're living in. But we at the end, though. That's a beautiful thing. And so all these things must happen. Stuff like this gotta happen, man. You know what I'm saying? This prideful ass, this stuff has to happen, man. Because this is a prideful guy, man. This dude is super proud. But you Jake, though. This picture, I'll never forget this picture right here. This shit right here with you niggas. You niggas, man. Niggas, bro. And Lord gonna deal with you niggas. Anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala and the Bubble Ball.